Hey, we've got viewers. Hello, everyone. Feel free to check in on chat if you haven't. We'll be getting started in just a second. And by just a second, I mean like right now. Hi, everyone. I'm Wanderer. Because I wanted to shift in the status quo, and by basically a whole mess of things that I had to do, I've got the original Call of Duty working on my computer again. So we're going to play through that. First of all, how can everyone hear me? Is the audio alright? Is it too loud, too quiet? Let me know. We'll get started in just a second. Well, I'm not hearing any complaints, so I'm going to take that as meaning that we're okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be playing the original Call of Duty, and I think I'm going to play it all weekend because coming back to it has been a real joy to me. This game came out in 2003 by Infinity Ward. So this game defined a fairly large section of my childhood, and while it's not my favorite game of the franchise, it's probably the one I'm the most nostalgic for. Uh, my first experience with this game was actually getting it from my local library and playing it like over the course of several weekends. And I have really a wealth of stories about this game in particular, and I'll try to bring them up as we play. But Steven's laughing in the background because he knows which stories I'm thinking of. Yeah, they can probably see like your torso. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I know it's scandalous. Anyways, without further ado, let's first of all appreciate the music of this game. It's fantastic. There's some real emotional gravitas to this game that I think no other Call of Duty has ever been able to fully meet. Anyways, I'll gush and complain about this game in equal measure as we get to it. So we're going to go ahead and start a new campaign at Hardened. Why aren't I playing on Veteran, Wanderer? I hear you ask. Well, you see, the people who designed this game, and by people I mean sadists, have a health system. Unlike later Call of Duties, where health was regenerative, you could hide behind cover and it'll come back. This is not a thing. This is a game very much in the vein of the original Medal of Honor games, which it should, because many of the people who worked in the original Call of Duty worked on the old Medal of Honor games. And like Wolfenstein, basically there are health packs and you have to pick it up and you get health back and you keep fighting. You know the drill. On Veteran, those health packs don't exist. There is no way to get health back. The last time I tried to play this game, I did play on Veteran, and it was horrific. I'm never going to do that again. It's just, you get shot too much, and there are too many things trying to kill you at once that it eventually just broke my will. So we're going to play on Hardened, which is still quite difficult, but actually fun. Anyways, I'll go ahead and read these things for the courtesy of people who don't have very large screens. August 9th, 1942, Camp Toccoa, Georgia. Toccoa? I'm going to have to say that pronunciation's correct. More long marches tomorrow. Then obstacles with Captain Foley and weapon training with Sergeant Moody. Everyone is dead tired. Another guy got RTU, returned to unit, yesterday. He begged the sergeant to let him stay. My unit, the 506th Paratrooper Regiment, is an all-volunteer unit. I'm lucky to serve with these guys. There's no one I'd rather have watching my back. I should note that the player character seems to have some kind of strange aversion to apostrophes. Just food for thought. Our officers drill us continuously. I've trained for months, and I haven't even jumped out of an airplane yet. The Army has never had an airborne unit before, and that makes the brass nervous. And what makes the brass nervous makes us drill even harder. So let's get to it.
All right, listen up. Private Martin, you're on the obstacle course and doing weapons training today. Before starting the obstacle course, read each of these important signs and do what they tell you. Good. Now check your objectives. You'll notice that your current objective is highlighted.
Alright, so it's a pretty simple tutorial.
The location of your current objective is marked by the star on your compass. As you approach your current objective, the star will move toward the center of your compass.
Let's go ahead and move towards the objective, and yep,
That's it.
that's the
Close
basics,
enough.
more or less.
You will notice that objective is checked off, and you now have a new one. All right, Martin. Open the gate and run the obstacle course. Go, go, go!
Alonzi.
Martin, good to see you. They got your start.
Before you ask, no, I don't know why a guy from the 82nd Airborne is here with the rest of us 101sters, but hey, whatever.
Cover 'em. Come on, Elder, get the lead out. Not bad. Now
Listen to the sound of my childhood.
under the barbed wire.
This right here is forever going to be the sound of a machine gun 42.
Machine guns. Stay down.
That ear-splitting din you hear? I have heard other MG42s. I've even heard what the real MG42 sounds like.
Let's go.
That noise is the sound of a machine gun, of an MG42 in my mind.
For weapons training. The rest of you ladies, stay right here.
I've heard that it's a bit quiet, so I've turned it up a couple of decibels. Let me know how that is.
Eyes up, Private. I'm up here, in the observation tower. Grab one of those M1A1 carbines from the table. To get more ammo, grab it. from
Pretty
any
simple
loose
stuff.
weapon of the same
Just pick
type
up
you are
weapons.
carrying.
It's not a...
Approach the
Actually,
pen
weapons in
and
this game are
fire
fairly
6
accurate from the hip,
rounds at your
which I think
target.
is by design.
Your accuracy will be defined by the tightness of your crosshair. Fire 6 more rounds at your target, in different stances, while moving. All right, Private, move on to the next area.
As was tradition in Call of Duty games, there's actually two different versions of reloading weapons. There's one where you're reloading it entirely empty, and one where you're interrupting a magazine that's already
Turn to the
partially
left.
full.
Move to the fence
Which is a nice
and fire
detail
2
that you don't really
rounds
see
at
a
your
lot, even in
target.
games today. So, you can see how the crosshair changes. And yeah, even from the hip, you're shockingly accurate. Which will be useful in some levels as we come forward.
Accurate while aiming down the sight. All right, Private, move on to the next area. Unless you've got 3 hands, you can only carry 2 weapons, besides your sidearm. And
Yes,
grenade.
another thing about this game is that
Fire
there's
10 rounds
you
at
can
your
select
target.
on some
First
weapons
from
their
the
fire
gun,
mode.
then
The
aim
Thompson has a
down the
semi-automatic
gun
and a fully automatic.
Compare your accuracy. Get used to firing both weapons. Take a few steps while aiming down your sight. You're gonna move slower this way.
Pretty neat stuff,
In
yeah?
close quarters combat, you can hit your enemy with the butt end of your weapon. This is called a melee attack. Try it with your Thompson. Don't screw around, kid. This is for real. Now switch weapons, Private. Unless you're as dumb as you are ugly, it may dawn on you that each weapon is good for different situations. Make the wrong choice and you could buy the farm. Fire 3 more rounds at your target. Outstanding, Private. Proceed to the next.
One of the nice things about this game, and that was maintained in Call of Duty 2, and I think in 3, which was a console exclusive game, but was lost in 4, was that simple melee. From Call of Duty 4 onwards, you had a knife, and you would just bring out the knife and stab, 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 and it's all kind of silly. Mainly because switching to your knife in a close quarters situation is slow and cumbersome and dumb. But in this, you just hit him with the butt of your weapon. Whack whack. And that's more or less how you would fight in real life. At that distance.
Pick up the frag grenades from
Again,
the
one of the
table.
things about the original
Pick
Call of
'em
Duty that
up.
got lost in
Throw a
translation the further in
grenade
you went.
into each of the openings
Also,
before you.
leaning.
Rock and fire. Move behind the concrete. Lean out to the left, then the right. This will help protect you from the enemy. All right, Private. Move on to the next area. Remember, Private, if you get hurt, grab one of those health kits and use it. Don't be a hero. They will save your life. Our last station will be explosives. Pick 'em up, partner. That's a lot of firepower there. Treat it with respect.
Moody moving, but
That
it's kind of
stuff
funny.
doesn't care what it blows up. Place your explosives on the cinder block wall. Note that a stopwatch has appeared. This will tell you how much time you
Fire in
have
the hole.
to get your butt out of there unless you want it blown off. Fire in the hole!
That is one Nazi cinder block
Good
destroyed.
job, Private. Well done. Keep your weapons with you and clean at all times. You are dismissed.
We're gonna roll straight into the next mission rather than wait any longer. Oh yeah, another thing about the older Call of Duties that eventually would get lost, although it took a while compared to some other details. You get quotes for dying or for beating a mission. It's neat. It's a bit preachy, I'll admit, but it's neat.
Baker Company, listen up. This is the big one. Operation Overlord, the air and seaborne invasion of Normandy. On H-Hour D-Day, seaborne infantry will attack 5 beaches codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword here on the coast of Normandy. Utah and Omaha beaches will be attacked by 3 of our infantry divisions. At the same time, 2 British and 1 Canadian division will hit Gold, Juno, and Sword beaches. The airborne will be landing 6 hours before H-Hour, before the air and naval bombardments. The British 6th Airborne Division will be landing here. At the same time, the 101st and the 82nd Airborne will be landing in these areas. The Dews River Estuary here divides Utah and Omaha Beach. The mission of the 101st is to capture the Dews River crossings linking Utah and Omaha Beach and to protect the flanks of Utah Beach. This road here is the main highway that connects the entire Cotentin Peninsula. The Germans have troop concentrations in this region. When those troops are mobilized into a counterattack on the beaches, they'll have to move along this road. The 101st is going to make sure that doesn't happen. Baker Company, that's us, has been assigned this causeway here. The Pathfinders, like Private Martin, will be dropped ahead of the main force and will plant beacons on the ground to mark the landing zones. However, there is no telling what will happen once we're on the ground. So I want all of you to learn the objectives of every unit in both the 101st
Hello,
and 82nd.
we've got 2 new viewers.
I
Welcome
also
aboard.
want you to study these maps and photographs until you've memorized them. We will be landing behind the Atlantic Wall, between several German garrisons. We can't expect to be relieved until at least several hours after H-Hour. This is what we've been training for. Good luck.
Now, for those of you who are familiar with Band of Brothers, the HBO TV series from the early 2000s and late 90s, this should all seem relatively familiar to you, and for good reason. Part of making the original Call of Duty was, rather than try to take their own spin on the conflict, and more importantly, divert resources to trying to make their own unique stories, the developers of the original Call of Duty focused their efforts instead on effectively digitizing things that already existed. So, in many ways, a large swath of the original Call of Duty is a computer game version of Band of Brothers. The first missions of the American campaign is that. It's just that. It is the D-Day section of Band of Brothers. And this also happens to a similar extent to the Russian campaign much later, except instead of Band of Brothers, obviously, it's now Enemy at the Gates, which was a late 90s, early aughts movie as well. However, one of those is significantly more historically accurate than the other. So, let's just say, putting it mildly, I have concerns about the Russian section of the game. But yes, if you see moments in this game, or set pieces that seem strangely familiar, it's because they are. Because they just wanted to do something quick and safe, is kind of a proof of concept that it could be done. And I think they succeeded, in their own way. Anyways, June 5th, 1944, 1800 hours, Greenham Common, England. In about 3 hours, I will be in Normandy. As one of the Pathfinders from my unit, I'll be landing ahead of the main airborne force. The Pathfinders land before the main force and plant beacons on the landing fields to guide the rest of the pilots and paratroopers in. The brass are sending the airborne in first in the early hours of the morning to protect the flanks of Utah Beach. At first light, the main force of the invasion will hit the beaches. For weeks, the entire invasion force, more than 175,000 men, has been cooped up and forbidden contact with anyone outside, with nothing to do but memorize maps and battle plans. We're all quite eager to be in France. A few hours ago, General Eisenhower paid us a visit. If we all pull this off, the Germans are in for one heck of a surprise. And you can notice, you know, oh wow, it's a lowercase I. I wonder why. Here's hoping to make it safe. Please, Lord, protect me. Lowercase L on Lord as well. I wonder, they must have had like a type font or something to do this. Who knows. Also, June in all caps. Really needed to... Yes, I needed to emphasize. So our first objective, since we've landed in Normandy, is link up with Sergeant Heath. We've... Jerry, a bit indisposed. My shooting was not horrifically accurate, but the problem's been dealt with. And by the time his buddies realize, we're long gone. And more importantly, they'll be dealing with the Allied invasion, so you know. Oh no. Yes, Sergeant Heath hit a tree on the way down and died a very unfortunate death. This was a pretty real problem for airborne infantry. This happened not too infrequently. Also, as we sneak up on the Germans, listen to some of the worst German you will ever hear in your life.
Na und? Die bombardieren doch alles. Was sollte die hier schon besonders interessieren?
They're complaining about bombing, really. Alright, not fantastic, but they're both dead. Yes, the German in this game is kind of bafflingly bad. Anyways, there's the beacon, and the invasion can start as planned. Die Fliegeralarm. Ist die jemand? Hallo, Ende. So he said hello and then goodbye, literally within 2 seconds of each other, so you know, whatever. What do I know? Yes, the invasion has begun, people are landing. They push up to cover. So almost immediately we're in contact. That house got bombed out, so we can push up on it. I'm gonna switch to the Thompson, make my approach. Alright, private, just kicked the door and then promptly ran away. That guy up there is down. I'm gonna go ahead and lob a fragmentation grenade in case there's anybody else, but I doubt it. And already the American casualties are starting to pile up. Sergeant. Yeah, that was unfortunate. What I was going to say before the grenade landed next to us is that you can check the health of your buddies by looking at the color of their name, with green obviously being good and red being bad, and orange being somewhere in the middle. And yes, you will watch your friends die a lot in this game, which is one of the things I actually really appreciate about it, is the whole, not expendability of humans, but the number of casualties. Oh, yeah, I'd get used to that, everyone. Occasionally you just get sucker punched. What I was going to say is that I appreciate that Call of Duty tries to accurately, as best as a video game can, represent the fact that wars are not bloodless things, and good guys die as much as bad guys. That was a grenade, that was a grenade. Why? He was behind a... Why would you frag that? Alright, I'm gonna blow this second window. Catch. Think we're good here. We have to watch out for that guy camping around the door. who isn't there this time. Okay.
Everybody move! Come on!
And lo, we've gone past the first combat mission of the game. I'd get used to it. We've got a lot more to go through. D-Day 0200 or 0020 hours. It's 12:20 in the morning for those of you who use a 24-hour or a 12-hour clock. Nobody seems to have dropped where they were supposed to. I haven't seen anyone from my unit yet, but luckily I've hooked up with some of the guys from Baker Company. We also have men from Able, Dog, and Fox companies with us. What a mess. We're getting ready to capture the village of Saint-Marigli. Saint-Marigli, I think is the actual pronunciation. I'm not very good at pronouncing French, I'm sorry. About 5 miles from Utah Beach. We're approaching through a narrow field, minefields on each side. Minefields, by the way, is how the original Call of Duty marked out of bounds. You just step too far out, and then... Captain Foley says that there's 2 platoons of German paratroopers in that village. I'd say we've got a serious fight ahead of us. And since landing in Normandy, he's learned how to use apostrophes. It's a miracle. The roads of Saint-Marigli connect Utah Beach to the main highway of the peninsula, which should put us right in the path of the most likely German counterattack. And on we go.
All right, guys, get set to move. On my command.
Some nice big health kits, in case you need it.
Let's go, let's go.
We don't. So let's get pushing. Into the firefight we get. It's pretty rough. You see these 2 right here? They live or die based on how fast you can kill. So let's try to save some lives here, okay? Actually, I think we're good. By killing... Oh. There's a SDKFZ 251 half-track over there. There's a guy on the machine gun, and I don't think I topped him. You gotta get across the street and start pushing. So let's make a sweep. Looks good. Watch these windows.
Good job. All right, guys.
Yeah, the machine gun's still up.
Keep your heads down.
Put a frag over that door. Catch!
Good job, son.
Okay, that machine gun's neutralized. Just saw him go down.
Go, go. Everybody move. Come on.
Got that guy, he was some kind of officer.
They're fine. Lay down a base of fire. Take them up flank.
On we go. Ah. Frag out. I'm gonna have to double back for some health. I'm pretty badly wounded.
Martin, take the left flank. Clear that building. Move it. Go.
I was gonna have to do. We can grab health kits off the dead, but they're kind of rare. Anyways, the captain told us to cross the road. Suppressing fire. Ah, we paid for it with our life. That's the nature of this game. Live and die really quickly. That guy we forgot to kill earlier. Throw some frags across the road.
Clear that building.
Okay,
Go.
let's go. Oof, that hurt. I think we're good. That addict's not available, so we're just down here. Machine gun's down. I think the grenade must have got him. The sniper up here is down, so we're good. Alright, this building's clear. On we go. Another thing, you can ask soldiers very kindly to get out of your way. Watch.
All yours, Martin.
You know, just move. It's really nice. Just get close, look at them, click, and they'll get out of your way. Great for clearing a doorway or something if they get stuck on something, which can happen. So it's nice that the game came with its own pre-built fix-it button. It's one of those nice little quality of life details that almost never gets shown or used in other games. There's a 42 in that church's ruins, so we're gonna have to push up on it carefully. Woof, that was close. You can check my health. I double back, but there's no point. We just need to keep pushing. Ugh. Maybe I should have. Down I go.
Right.
I think we're... yeah. A nice shot from Foley. That guy right there, I always miss him. He's kind of hard to see. He's dead, so let's keep pushing. Yeah, never hesitate to just pump rounds with people if you're not sure if they're down. Because sometimes they will get back up, and it's just, why take the risk? Okay, we got a save. Oh, there's that guy in the door. 42's up again, or was. Different 42 opening up. Yeah, these guys are all hosed. That's good. Alright, that machine gun nest's out. Got some health back from taking a nick there. Alright, we're good. The guy in the window is still up. I thought I got him. Alright, now I got him. Let's go ahead and...
Plant your explosives and take that flak panzer out.
As the game is quick to remind you, stand back. Alright, on we go. Back on the march. Hey, Ring Auxlo? I'm afraid I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thanks for the follow, friend. When did that happen? That happened... oh, 7 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. Too busy looking forward to look at the chat. That's my bad. But I appreciate it if you're still here. And if not, you can always watch the stream replay and hear me belatedly say thank you. Ow. Where's that guy? Alright, I think we got him. Let's push up and hope we don't die in the next couple of seconds. Alright, I think we're good. Charges are set. Let's get out of here. Ow. It's too close, too close. Where was he? I think he died in the explosion, but, Ah, who knows. My health has seen better days. Come on. Push. I dare you. Whoa, there they are across the street. Sorry, Sergeant, go ahead and push past. Gotta clear out this battlement right here. I think, not sure. Yeah, looks like we got this line cleared out. Grab some health from one of the dead German. Alright, we're doing good, we're doing good. A little bit more to go and then we're through. There's a German in that window. Woof, there goes my cover. Whoa. Not everything is destructible in this game, but I really do like how some things are. Like that wood board right there, which no longer exists and is no longer useful cover for me. I think that ought to get his attention. I don't think we killed him. Yeah, he ran. Give him a good solid whack with that. We're good. There's another German around here somewhere. We're good. Just plant the charge and get out.
Stand back! Fire in the hole!
And that makes 3 flak panzers. Not too badly off as our unit.
All right, fellas. Take 5, but listen up. We'll hold this place till reinforced, but this is just one tiny village in a warren country full of them, so our work has just begun. For those of you who've seen your first action, welcome to the big time. For those of you who've seen it before, trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Now, I don't have...
Redeploy those German
Oh,
machine
I'll wait
guns,
for him to
setting
finish.
up a defensive perimeter. Keep your guard up and your buddies in mind. Good work.
Now, that last line, that, for those of you who have done this before, you ain't seen nothing yet. I don't have any proof to this, but it's my strong inclination that that is a nod to players, specifically ones who had played the older Medal of Honor games. Same developers arguing or battling for the same corner of the market, and I think that was more or less the developers talking through the text and saying, yeah, I know you've played a World War II shooter before. We get it. We made it. But you ain't seen nothing yet. Anywho, on to the next level. D-Day. 0500 hours. Saint-Mergli. The boys on the beaches must have landed by now. They're only a few miles away, but right now that seems like a million. We don't have a radio and are completely cut off. Captain Foley was right. We did face a platoon or more of German paratroopers when we took this village last night. Today we hold it against German counterattack. Our defenses are all stolen, enemy MG-42s, Panzerfaust for anti-tank defense, and the village itself. The Air Force and Navy put on quite a show this morning, pounding the hell out of those beaches. One thing is certain, the Germans know we are here. Whether that means they'll turn tail and run or come swarming out of the woodwork, we're about to find out. I think that answers the question, don't it? I think that guy has a gas mask?
Go have a look.
I think I saw a gas mask bag on that guy. Lieutenant O'Connell, huh? Private Jackson, completes his rope.
Got him. Damn.
Alright, this is actually a fairly challenging mission, so I'm gonna do my best, but I'll probably die a lot. Unlike real war, ironically, it is much harder to defend in Call of Duty than it is to attack.
Behind you.
my health is in a bad way. One of our guys is down. Woof. Yep, the MG42 bracketed us down. There was not much we could do at that point. Game picks up here, which it's a bit early, but what can you do? If we need, we can grab replacement weapons, but I'd rather stick with what was given to us. I'm kind of a stickler that way.
Got him. Damn.
Whoa.
We got company.
Like I said, death is quick in this game, so I have to be careful. Whoa! Wasn't even kidding. Stepped outside and got mowed down. I would get used to this house. We might be here for a while. The Germans come in technically from 2 or 3 areas. They've got the tank that way, they've got infantry that flows around that way, they've got guys who show up that way, and they've got people coming over the walls there. So it's pretty rough. There's not actually a whole lot of places that act as cover. Oh, and I forgot through that doorway too. Yeah, so they come at you really from all sides. And these are paratroopers too, Fallschirmjäger. They are not playing around. Anyways, we've got to somehow... Gee. For the record, I'm not sure if Panzerfaust could take out a Tiger, especially from the shot we're about to take it from, but details. We now have our rocket launcher, disposable weapon system, and we dead. It's not easy. I think there might be a... Yeah, I needed that health kit if I'm going to make it across the street. I think we might have just hosed Captain Foley, but it's okay. As long as we didn't hit any non-essential Americans, we should be okay. And by non-essential, I mean capable of being. Captain Foley is set to essential in the long tradition of Call of Duty characters who cannot be killed. So I'm not terribly worried about his safety, but everyone else I am. Anyways, catch! Yeah, whether or not a Panzerfaust could have gone through the frontal armor of a Tiger, I'd have to say no. But I'm not sure. I doubt it. I severely doubt it. Put a fragmentation grenade behind that fence if we can. I think we might have landed it near enough to get him. Yeah, we did. Alright. Alright, the Germans are giving up the push. The push, even. So we're going to follow Captain Foley out of the church as soon as he gets out. Captain. There you are, Captain. And head north, reinforce that approach. So back through here. Okay, I guess I'm taking point this time. Oh, my magazine's not full up. Okay, we're good now. There's so many blind corners in this game, you can never be too careful. It is very good German killing praxis to just sometimes just hold down the trigger. Weapons are shockingly more accurate than you'd think despite the crosshair. Alright, charge. And more mortars. Alright. That was a bit cheap, Call of Duty. A dreadful sound. No! Private Demaria. Demaria? Doesn't matter, we're kind of pinned. Lieutenant, you gotta keep your head down. Alright, so they want us to go around this tank and grab a Panzerfaust, so let's run. Okay, thank you. Alright, Sergeant, if you want to go ahead, be my guest. Nice. Alright, they nicked me with that one. I just have to keep my head down. The Panzer III, or Panzer IV rather, has pushed up. We're a bit pinned. Captain, you really have to learn to wear, I don't know. Just keep your head down, idiot. So we're going to run right around the Panzer. I think that's a Panzer IV. It looks like it. It might be a 3, but I don't know. With the side skirts, I'd have to say 4. Well, I don't know. I know people who would know, and unfortunately I ain't one of them. Alright, with that tank down, it's just an issue of mopping. You know, maybe that is a 3. I don't know. Oh no. That last tank is really messing him up. And this one's a proper Tiger. Or rather, it was a proper Tiger. Granata! No, granata. I like the muffled screaming. Alright, so this is where the game kind of freaks out for a bit. It tells you to keep pushing, but none of your buddies actually push up until you do. I'm not really sure why it does that, but it does. So, on we go. At about here, and you can see on our minimap, yep, there comes Private Parker, our scout. And slowly but surely the rest of the platoon comes, yep, running along. Hey guys. Are they gonna hang me out to dry there?
Sir, we just spotted German mortar teams to the south. I say we move in quick and take them out.
Nice one, Parker. Okay, guys, be ready to use any grenades you have left. Put down suppressive
Lieutenant
fire
Allen.
only
There's a lot of lieutenants in this platoon. I mean,
all right, let's put those mortars out.
okay, I get that it's kind of a mix of platoons and companies at this point, but I mean, really, how many lieutenants do they give us? Ooh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That machine gun's suppressed. It's gonna have to go. Let's just keep pushing. There's a trench line just a couple meters up ahead. And we're in. We're good. Auf Wiedersehen. That knocks out that machine gun. Around the buildings we go. That mortar's gone. Let's kill the 42. And not feeling too clever now, are you, huh, idiot? Zurück. Ow. Did he say Zurück fahren? Just go back? I think that's what Zurück means. I'm pretty sure. My German is not great.
Martin, over here. Get in the car.
Yes, yes, Sergeant. I'm coming. And he will repeat that line forever, so we want to get into the car.
Okay, Captain. Assuming we get back to battalion in this rolling junkyard, what do I tell him?
Hand this directly to Major Shepard. Tell him Baker Company has secured the town, but won't be able to hold it long if we don't get relief soon. Got that, Sergeant?
Oh, yes, sir, you bet. We ride through enemy lines in a French tin can. Want to paint a bullseye on it, sir?
Yeah, pretty sure that won't be necessary, Sarge. So unless you've got a better idea or a radio that works, carry on. Good luck.
Oh man, this is nuts. I can't believe we're doing this.
Believe it, unless you sprout wings and want to fly. It's only 6 miles, Private. Just shut up and do your job.
And on we go to one of the first really set PC missions of the entire franchise. Since midnight, no contact with HQ, no radio, respond with orders ASAP. Oh, this must be the map that was passed to Moody. So we're starting here at Saint-Marguerite, and we're heading to Saint-Marc-du-Mont. Saint-Marc-du-Mont, I don't know. G battery here, still attacked at Chef du Pont. 040 hours, contact with approximately 2 platoons of Fallschirmjäger. Village secured, 0130, enemy remnants fled southeast. My strength, 20 men, 4 enemy MGs. Holy cow, only 20? 0600, enemy contact from every direction, approximately 2 platoons of Fallschirmjäger with tank. Alright, so we're just basically telling command that things is bad. So here we are, Route 9, N13. You can lean out the window and hey! Good Chicago-style drive-by. Sorry about the window, Moody. Who's shooting us?
That's a German roadblock. What now?
How about you try to use the bathroom?
Ow. That hurt. We might be in trouble. That's not a whole lot of health to play with. And there's a lot of shooting ahead.
What the hell are you doing, Sarge?
The feigned not resentment, the resigning, that's the word I'm looking for. In Moody's voice always gets me. I don't know, I just hope it works. Say goodbye to that Kubo wagon. Woof, a better shot than I thought. Ooh, we might be in trouble here. What? Did their own fire knock out that vehicle? Thanks, idiots. Hey, I mean, I'll take whatever breaks I can get. Woof. Bad luck. Down we go. Oh, wow, it just starts as Ramiro, alright. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. It's kind of a rough encounter. Oof.
That's a German roadblock. What now?
How about you try to use the bathroom?
Alright, well, I guess we technically dealt with that problem.
What the hell are you doing, Sarge?
I don't know. I'm sure hope it works.
Hit it! Go, go, go!
Yeah, I thought we shot the driver. I was wondering why I was still moving. Whoa, that was dramatic. Wow, he seems awfully relaxed. Look at him. Look at him. Look, he's just got his leg up on the front seat. Whoa. You, rip that car. Holy cow, our health. Look at our health. Don't shoot us, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me! Oh god. We're on literally a hair of health. We might die and go right back to the beginning. Just... Yeah, this game's a bit unfair at times, especially bolt actions, which are hilariously powerful weapons. That's a tank. That's a tank. That's a tank. Don't. Nick Sheeson. I think I hit him. Nick Sheet. Ah! What am I hitting? What, was that a bar? Did the Germans have a bar? And bar standing for Browning Automatic Rifle. Hi, Kitty Litar. I'm afraid I don't speak, I don't read that language. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. And if you're a bot, then I don't really care what you think, because you're not alive. That guy.
Okay, great. Good move. Remind me to thank the captain.
Shut up, Elder, and get your ass
Okay, you're
out.
presumably alive, because you just laughed at my joke.
I can't believe I agreed to do this.
You didn't, remember? Volunteer.
Yeah, sorry, I can't read that language. If you know English or broken German, we can try to have a conversation, but, beyond that, I'm afraid my hands are tied. Hey. Yo, come on. Suppressing fire. Alright, I'm gonna have to double back for that health. I'm pretty badly messed up. I caught one with... more than one, really, with my teeth. And I guess we just really messed up that tiger, because it is making zero effort to come after it. Yo! Where is he? It's around here somewhere. I know English, I have a Chinese keyboard. Oh, you know what? The same thing happens to me. Okay, I've been meaning to learn Russian for a very long time, and I have a Russian keyboard on my computer, and sometimes I'll have turned it on without realizing and type the whole sentence in English. It just comes out as Cyrillic gibberish. Ow, you... You know what? I hope that kills you. Nope, never mind. Well, you and me both. Oh, no, from here, you're kidding. Really? Man, the checkpoint system in this game is weird.
What the hell are you doing, Sarge?
Well, welcome to the stream.
It works.
Hit it! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, stop him.
Reload, reload, reload! Driverless car. Whoop, never mind. Look at how relaxed that guy is. Ow. Once again, my health starts to dwindle concerningly low. Ah! Hey, thanks for the follow. See, this time I saw the notification. What brought you here, by the way?
What the hell are you doing, Sarge?
I'm not exactly big time. Always curious to know how people heard about me or found me.
Hit it! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, stop him.
Wow, look at that. That was dramatic. And it explodes, too, for no apparent reason. I love it. So dumb. Ow. Come on. Jeez, my health. Oh, come on. Through the window. Yeah, trying to get used to this. This is gonna happen for a while. I just remembered, I could just throw grenades out the window. Catch!
What are you doing, Sarge?
Oh, that was bad.
I don't know. Sure hope it works.
Hit it! Go, go, go!
What just happened?
Guys, stop him.
That was amazing. I should use more drive-by grenadings. Oh, there's nobody in that car. They're all dead. Alright. So let's just get inside some... Ah! Jeez. Alright, well my health is effectively non-existent now. Ah! I deserved that by sticking my head out. The problem with set-piece adventure moments is that sometimes they can be really frustrating. Because they just expose you to too many bullets, not enough health. Ah well.
What the hell are you doing, Sarge?
I don't know. Sure hope it works.
Catch, idiots!
Hit it! Go, go, go!
Why won't you die? Like that, exactly. You don't have anybody in your car. You're not concerned. I swear they kill their own vehicle with friendly fire. It's kind of funny, actually. Sergeant, you want to drive a little bit faster there? Oh god! Ah, jeez. This game sometimes is not very good for your heart. Yeah, that's a bar. They've got a bar. Why do they have a bar? Where are they finding this stuff? We just invaded.
Hit it! Go, go, go!
This isn't even part of the country that we've invaded yet. What? Was that a Jeep back there that just popped into existence? Yeah, keep your head down, Elder. You're good. You're good. All right.
Move. Remind me to thank the captain.
Shut up, Elder, and get your ass out. Let's go, Martin. Move it, move.
I can't
Oh, thank God, a
believe I
checkpoint.
agreed to do this.
You didn't. You volunteered.
That tank is trying to kill us. Wonderfully persistent thing, that is. Okay, let's grab some health and not die like an idiot the moment we walk outside. That seems like a good plan. I don't know about you guys. And already they try to call my bluff. You guys want to help me? No? Thanks. I so appreciate your support, Elder. What are you trying to do? Get outside. What are you... Idiot. Just... I am both mad and disappointed. I'm worse than your parents. You know what? You think you're so... Catch, idiot. Yeah, that was technically a waste of a couple of bullets, but I mean, whatever. Oh, God.
Move it,
I
move.
can't believe I agreed to do this.
You did, remember? Move it,
I
move.
can't believe I agreed to do this.
You did, remember?
Just take the hints. Is everything okay over here, Sergeant? I guess so. Catch, Fritz. We good? I think we're good. Catch. You actually managed to get away from that one, but oh well.
Elder, ever steal a car?
Put some suppressing fire down. And roll up ourselves. Alright, alright. Alright, so technically the sergeant wants us to cover it. We don't have time.
We're
working, Sarge. I'm working on it.
First time on the MG42. A lot of sound it makes. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Step on it. Get us out of here.
Tiger's back.
Right up there.
What's it look like I'm doing, damn it?
You mean besides getting us killed?
Hey, you didn't finish the back and forth, these two, I swear. I love it.
We cleared the German lines. You can slow down, Private. I said you can slow down.
You could
Oh,
slow
yeah,
down.
right. Yeah. Sorry, sir.
Right turn, right here.
You got it. You got it.
Really should find a new placement for this head tracker, not head tracker, but the face cam. It's on the top of my monitor, and it always looks like I'm looking down and away from it. But there's just not a whole lot of good places to put it.
I gotta go report in to Major
Something to think about, I
Get
get.
our orders. Take 5, but stay put.
Yeah, the developers have their own names in here, by the way. Zampella refers to, I think his name is Vince Zampella. He was one of the lead directors of this game. Anywho, the return of, if you've seen the original Band of Brothers, and by the original I mean the only Band of Brothers, you know what I mean. If you've seen Band of Brothers, this next mission should be very familiar. So, D-Day 0900, near Saint-Marie-du-Mont, Saint-Marie-du-Mont, Normandy, France. Battalion headquarters is a mess. All the companies are way under strength due to misdrops everywhere. Hopefully Foley knows what he's doing, because I don't think we're going to be getting much help from here. Meanwhile, we already have a new mission. A German artillery battery a few miles north of here has just opened fire on the beaches. The CO wants it silenced, and he picked us to do it. We're going in without air or artillery support and way outnumbered, but that seems par for the course at this point. Hey, you're the airborne. You guys like it when it sucks. Breakcore Manor.
3rd squad, get your 30 cal to cover our flank. 2nd squad, follow in reserve.
Fun little quirk about the
I got point.
Garand in this game, the M1. Couldn't reload it unless you used all 8 rounds. It would take into Call of Duty World at War. That is four games and one or two spin-off games later that they introduced the ability, as far as I know, to reload the Garand mid stripper clip or mid en bloc. I don't remember the exact term. Sorry, gun nuts. I'm not exactly the most informed.
Fire from the left. 2nd squad, hit him from the right. Go, go, go.
All right, let's go teach him not to mess with us. I was going somewhere, but it died in my throat. Elder, for the love of God. Achtung, meinen. Achtung. I don't know. The pronunciation is so bad. Alright, this trench line's ours. Or this section of it, rather. We're not quite at full health, but we're close, and that 42 is silenced, so that's good.
Back and take cover. This cannon's about to go boom.
And Moody spiked the first gun. So we're making good time.
All right, down the trench. Move out.
Ah, nuts. Ah! Didn't even see him. And down we go. Death is quick in Call of Duty.
All right, down the trench. Move out.
Had to get close sometime. Play that Rit. I think we topped that guy who popped his head up, but I'm not sure. We'll have to check. Yeah, that's his body. We're good. Never be afraid to put a couple of rounds in people. You can never tell. And that's a frag. Out. Alright, I'm pretty sure that position's ours now. Yep, looks like we're the only ones left. Sergeant, if you'd be so kind.
Heads up! Get back!
He picked a bad time to kick that door, and I'll tell you. Let's frag out. No, Moody! Oh god, I think it bounced back towards us. It did. Alright, we took minor shrapnel. Oof, okay. We're okay. Sergeant, if you'd be so kind. Dunky dunk. Elder behind you. Yeah, that's Elder.
Oh man, there's
The strange difference between, Wow, he managed to finish that while getting shot.
Elder, give me cover!
That's impressive. Strange difference between Call of Duty's version of Break Corps Manor and the historical is I'm pretty sure no Americans died during the historical Break Corps Manor. But in this game, apparently lots of them are. In fact, we just see one die. Anyways, you gotta cover Sergeant Moody as he makes his mad dash across the front line. And he should be back inside the trench line in just a second. Sergeant?
You guys move on. Mark, try to shut their artillery down. I'll stay behind him and catch this guy up.
Alright, take care of yourself then. Zimmerman. Good God, man. Keep your head down. All of you. Lieutenant? Fire in the hole. Nope, back. Alright. Guns down. Put a hole in the wall, so out we go. Taking no small amount of fire as we do so. Ah, jeez. That 42 I just completely pinned down. Got the 42. Okay. Hopefully there's some health up ahead. That was some pinpoint shooting there. Ah! Second wave of guys got us. Alright, whoa. Keep your head down there, Zimmerman.
Take cover!
Lieutenant, you really don't want to stand here. Don't say I didn't warn you. Why is somebody pinging me right now? Ow, mother. Can you not? I've only got so many health supplies to play with. Bloody Germans. Woof. Cut down in my prime. Be careful about ammo. Still a bit of mission left, and I still have to make it across this stupid field. You know, before taking that out, I don't think that's quite... Alright. I don't think that grenade was quite far enough to, Lieutenant, can you not make me waste a bullet trying to push you back? Just push up to this rock. Hope that grenade was far enough along. Not bad. Frag. Down to 3. I hate to be using so many grenades. What choice do I have? Alright, that's it. Let's plant the demo charge and get out of here. Hey, Elder, you're not doing too hot. Let me take point.
Take cover!
Sweet God, that's a lot of them. Alright. I think we're still in it to win it so far. Sack this 88 and get out of here. Where does that fire come from? Got him. Come all the way to France to die here, eh, Hans?
Second platoon, move in and secure these buildings.
Really? We're on the same side, idiot. Watch your fire. Great. Well, at least there's some health packs up ahead. Gonna not that? Woof. Yeah, it really isn't a good idea to pop your head out when people are shooting at you. Which, okay, yes, saying it out loud, that sounds obvious, but you get kind of used to the AI being a really bad shot, and it's really not in this game, not at this difficulty. They're quite good. I just don't have the grenades left, I don't want to waste it. We'll just clear it the old-fashioned way. Got some little rinky-dinky health kits, so we're good there. Okay, alright. Stairs we get. Ah. Yeah, it's rough. Oh, from here, really? Alright. Let's see what we got.
Platoon, move in and secure these buildings. Now, let's go!
Squad, base of fire. This.
Covering fire!
I at least wounded him. Let's make sure. Yeah, he's dead. We're good. For now. Jump. Where's that carbine? Carabina. At the 9-ish. Oh, that was a grenade. That was a grenade. No. No. Yet.
Hey, cover me!
Sweet God. Just yeeted that man in the face. Yeah, you deserve that.
Squad, move up!
All quiet. That doesn't happen very often.
Jerry's outside. Grab that MG-42 and
Now we just have to make sure nobody gets in. We got some ridiculously powerful machine gun that fires what, 1,200 rounds per minute? It's kind of nuts. Oh, wow, already. Okay, we're good.
Squad, move up!
Los gates, as they say. Come on, children. Gonna warn them. Ah, jeez. I think all of my shots were technically accurate, but the machine gun kept knocking my aim up, which is unfortunate. Ah. Ah. Guy lying prone on the floor, couldn't see him.
Heads up, Jerry's outside. Grab that MG-42 and use it.
Alright, I'd say we're good. Picked up some German grenades. Stahlhandgranate. Still.
Covering fire!
Yeah, not this time, Fritz. That should get his attention. Ah! Right at his toes. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. That guy's down. 4 rounds left in this block. God knows how many Germans between us and victory. Oh, I saw him. Okay, looks like most of the gun crew is taken out by the... Ow.
That's your last call. Get out of here.
Where's he at? It's not even where we took the fire from. There they are. Go, 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 go. There, the battery's gone. We're set. Good stuff. And that's mission. Alright. Are you ready for a hard tonal shift, children? Because we're about to get it.
First platoon, listen up. Sergeant Moody owes me $50 because it looks like Operation Overlord was a success. Our British and Canadian friends took most of their objectives. And except for Omaha, all the beach landings went pretty smoothly. The airborne was misdropped everywhere, but the men formed mixed units and accomplished most of the airborne D-Day objectives. I am extremely proud of all of you. As you know, Sergeant Moody and Privates Elder and Martin broke through German lines to get word to battalion headquarters. If it wasn't for their success, HQ probably would not have sent the reinforcements that helped us hold St. Mary-Glise. At headquarters, Moody, Elder, and Martin were assigned to silence a German battery at Brecourt Manor and faced an entire platoon of Germans with only a handful of men. Well, it seems that someone at command noticed your actions. Our unit has been detached from the rest of the 101st so that it can be used for some special missions behind enemy lines. I suggest that you brush up on your German, gentlemen, and enjoy your R&R while you can.
Alright, so what are we doing here? Well, alright. Picture World War II shooters in the early thousands, especially the very early thousands. This made one of the what would eventually become the four core franchises making World War II shooters in this period, this very early period. Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, Battlefield at some point, though Battlefield never really competed for the single player aspect, and Wolfenstein. Yes, that Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein, if you would pronounce it relatively properly. So, let's say you are a up-and-coming, brand-new game developer, and you're trying to crib as best as you can from this market that's fairly saturated at this point and will only grow more saturated. And you want to kind of appeal to everyone. You have your own idea about what Call of Duty is, and that's something you're going to refine to what I would consider to be perfection in the sequel to this game. But at this point, it's all rough going. This is a big experiment. So you've had your big Medal of Honor showcase missions, and to be fair, Medal of Honor also had its kind of small, strange one man versus 1,000 scenarios. But so did Wolfenstein. What I'm trying to get at is that Call of Duty, the original, has something of an identity crisis, and it would take until 2 for it to really resolve that crisis. So this mission, the mission after this, and a couple of missions as we're going to run into as we keep playing, are going to feel very strange. And ironically enough, they're going to feel rather in place for a later Call of Duty, such as 4 or Modern Warfare 2 or anything beyond that point, really. So in a way, it's almost prophetic, and in a way, sad, that even in the original Call of Duty, you could see where it was eventually going to end up. Anyways, oh hey Quinn, your constant insistence I watch these insufferable ads irks me, my friend. I download an ad blocker. It's really nothing I can control, Quinn. I'm sorry. If I can hit 50 followers, then the ads will at least go into my pocketbook, and you can, I don't know, feel good about that or something. You got me. Accept my apologies. Well, thank you. Anyways, 7th August, 44, the Bavarian Alps, Germany. It seems that a couple of British officers, a Captain Price and a Major Ingram, were shot down somewhere over enemy territory. I don't know who these guys are, but they must be pretty important or know something pretty important, because Army intelligence has decided to parachute us into Austria to rescue them. How we're supposed to get back to friendly territory? Who knows? It doesn't matter. It's more of a Wolfenstein level anyways. Intelligence sources say that the two officers are being held in a chateau in the Bavarian Alps. Why a chateau is in the middle of Austria is beyond me, but we've stolen a German truck, hidden it nearby, and are approaching the chateau on foot. You have legs. I have... Oh, probably Steven.
MG-42 on the left, with a guardhouse on the right. They didn't spot me.
Let's hope. Captain Price and Major Ingram?
Probably in the big house up the road.
Martin, you take point, knock out that
What you
door.
missed, Quinn, was me kind of... You were referring to your means of escape. Oh, yeah, fair.
Everyone else, follow Martin. Move!
What I was saying, Quinn, you missed, you might have missed as you were loading in, was that I was complaining about Call of Duty 1's identity crisis, and now this 42 gunner just kind of opens up at nobody. Yeah, yeah. You know what, you guys can have your briefing, I don't care. This machine gun's bugged.
With a guardhouse on the right.
They saw me. No, they could not have seen me, I was in defilade.
Let's hope. Captain Price and Major Ingram. Martin,
Look, you guys keep having your briefing, it's cool and all. I'll deal with the Germans.
meet us at the front of the chateau.
Catch, idiots!
Follow Martin.
Oh, that was hilariously effective. What am I thinking? I was thinking that... Hang on.
Good work, Martin. Everyone breathe deep.
I was thinking that, rather than play around with the AI, I might as well just kick it in the teeth before it has a chance. Told him to catch in German. Steven, was bedeutet catch auf Deutsch? Ow, 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 ow. Just too focused on the joke. Strangely, neither Steven nor I know what the answer is. Rip, my face. Really? From here? Okay. Whatever.
With a guardhouse on the right. They didn't spot me.
Let's hope. Captain Price and me. House on the road. Martin, you take point, knock out that 42. Harding and Brooks, go get the truck. Meet us at the front of the shaft tower.
Catch. See? Easy peasy. And yes, Twitch, I'm sorry about all of the swastikas. I really don't have any control over that. Though I'm guessing it should be okay, because, I mean, you can stream Wolfenstein on here, and Wolfenstein has a lot of swastikas. I'll just try not to linger on them, I guess.
Everyone breathe deep and catch your breath.
I don't really have a better recourse here. Anywho, focusing on the task at hand, which is to say, killing lots of Nazis. Historical accuracy? No. I mean, yes, the swastika being there on the flag is historically accurate. The number of swastikas is not. They really didn't drape it over everything. It's kind of just bad Hollywood direction stuff. I mean, it's not only ostentatious, but it's also kind of inconvenient to have that many flags. They really didn't have them everywhere. Unless it's like a parade or something, I guess. I don't know where this guy is, so I'm kind of... I suppose probably didn't put him up anywhere. Yeah, no, they didn't. Like, that's a parade thing or a government building thing. I mean, look, you'll see in a second. It's kind of silly, and it works for something like Wolfenstein, which is, you know, over-the-top Nazi-killing bombast, but, for Call of Duty, it's a bit funny. Ow. God. Okay, good. Not from here. Jump! Nope, forget that. Wow, you hit yourself with your own grenade, moron. I don't even have words for how stupid you must have been. So that is disappointing, but what else does one expect from Call of Duty? Oh, God. I actually expect a lot from the first two Call of Duties. But, you know, it is what it is. Ow, 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 ow. I'd ask the Germans to stop shooting me, but I doubt they'd acquiesce. Ah. Playing on hardened means you die a lot. The game is an interesting, hang on, there's just too much going on right now. Anyways, what I was trying to say is that the game is an interesting showcase into game design philosophy of the early thousands. And, again, Call of Duty, in my opinion, never really clicked until Call of Duty 2, a couple of years later. There's a lot of great things here that forms the base of what would become, later Call of Duties in... Well, obviously Call of Duty 2, which is, in my opinion, the best, but... God. That animation, though. Yeah, sometimes you just have to let the AI do its thing. Okay, alright. You get to throw your grenade. Ow.
Grenade! Get down! Grenade!
Stop throwing grenades, idiots. Wow. My own guy that time. Thanks, morons. A friend like you who needs the Nazis. Wow, that came out as gibberish. What I was trying to say was, with friends like you, never mind. It's hard to talk and shoot at the same time. If anyone thought the French would be the ones to stab you in the back. French, I don't even think show up in this game. I don't remember seeing any members of the Maquis. It really doesn't matter, I suppose. It's just the simple. It was such a. This game was revolutionary, but playing it now, it doesn't really feel like it. It's just one of those things. Oh, hey guys. Really? Really? Makes sense. Only the resistance would have been left at this point. I mean, we're in Bavaria. It's not exactly a whole lot of resistance here. Hey, if you idiots don't... You know what? Kindly, just cease. Whatever big brain ideas you guys think you have, they're all bad. Well, yes, but I mean, they probably don't have a lot of forces to contribute. I mean, yes, the French resistance would not have a lot of forces to contribute in Austria. Sorry, I'm being a bit of a jerk about that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. This mission is not... This mission and a few others are not ones that you're supposed to think too hard about. You're just here to do things and... Selfish. I mean, for the love of God, this mission has an objective from the start of the mission to find the secret communications room, which I guess is not so secret that we don't already know about it. So, I mean... Oh my God, he got run over! That's amazing! They ran him over.
Suppressing fire!
Yeah, there he is. Look at that idiot. Yeah, he's running backwards, and the truck gimmering in the reinforcements just plowed into him. I heard his death scream. That's great. I can't believe that they actually programmed in that to be a thing that could happen. Early FPS seems to think that difficulty over substance was the way to go. Yeah, I mean, regenerative health really was kind of revolutionary, so I understand it took a while for it to become a thing. And I would say, I think Call of Duty 2 was one of the first games to have regenerative health. Like, shields are one thing. But regenning health, I swear, that was something that Call of Duty invented. There's a great video by a YouTube channel whose name I think is Racevic or something of that description, and he has a great, he's got a great video about how, I think the title is called "How the Call of Duty series lost its identity," and one of the things he talks about is that health system and how it was so vital to making Call of Duty 2 a good game, but as time went on, its purpose was lost. It's strange. I can't do his argument justice, but it is very interesting. I highly recommend you watch it. Catch! I don't think any of those shots actually hit him, but I mean, whatever. Yes, as I was saying, now, I mean, the Germans may have had a lot of flags in, like, movies and stuff and whatever, and historically they didn't. I'm pretty sure they didn't have swastika bed spreaders. That's like 4chan level stuff, man. It's embarrassing, actually. Whoever owned this place was a nerd, and we rightfully should kick his teeth in. Regenerative health was a bit of a cop-out as it made an easy fix for bad plays. Again, watch the video, but to sum it up, playing Call of Duty 2 on Veteran is the best experience because the regenerative health keeps you from dying in situations that would be frustrating where regenerative health is off, because you get shot a lot in Call of Duty 2. More than one, easily. It's just the scale is larger. But you're also fragile enough to where you don't want to play bad plays. Yes, on a lower difficulty, you'd be right, but not really here. Or when we eventually get to Call of Duty 2, I'll be able to show it off and, oh god. Again, I'll put the video in the Discord at some point, and you can watch it, and I highly recommend you do, because it's very well put, it's very well made, and its discussion on the health system is, in my opinion, really quite interesting. Ah, geez, he was on the stairwell. They have Hitler waifu pillows. They probably do, and I hate that. God, Nazis, they're such nerds. Bunch of dorks running around. Where did that grenade land? Okay, good. Nowhere near me. That's what I wanted to know. What? Oh, they closed the door just really forcefully. How did that work, man? Somebody running around down there? Thought I heard footsteps in the grass, but I don't see anyone. Woof, okay. That was a bit scary.
Flank left!
Left where? That way? I guess you're psychic or something, who knows? Oh, for a second I thought that was some kind of double-decker bed and I was very confused. It turns out I'm just an idiot. Is everything okay back here, Lieutenant? Yeah, we're dead. Germans, who cares? Yeah, I bet you thought you two were so clever. Now you're both dead. So, you know, who's laughing now? Stop hitting me in the face, please. It hurts. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this Last Crusade stuff we got here. You've got a secret communication rooms in the fireplace, but not so secret that we don't already know about it. It's just one of those things. Okay. Rip that communication room.
Good job. All right, guys, we're moving on.
Captain, if you want to take point. They thought it was big brain time. Big brain... maybe. They really knew it was big caliber time, man. Nothing's bigger than a 45, except for all the calibers that are technically bigger than a 45, but, you know, whatever. Details. Kindly do not do that when I'm trying to whack a man in the face.
Behind these doors. Stand back. We're gonna blow them.
Kaboom. Oh, that... Whoop. Ow, my face. Stop. Just...
Well,
hello, Captain.
Americans. Made quite a racket, didn't you? That's quite all right. I can still walk.
And before you before you ask,
Price,
yes,
Captain Foley.
that is
Where did
canonically
you
the
bring them?
father of the original Modern Warfare's Captain Price.
Not to worry. I overheard where.
Though I don't know if that relationship will be maintained for the remake. But yeah, in the in Call of Duty 4, I don't remember if it was stated explicitly, but it was like apocrypha or rumored that yeah, they're blood relatives. One's the descendant of the other. Which was, in my opinion, that was a nice little touch. I liked having the lineage of Prices pass back and forth through the ages. It's dumb, but it's fun. I mean, it's Call of Duty. Unfortunately, I think in the last decade or so we reached a stage the Nazi regime ceased to be... Hang on, wow. Where the Nazi regime ceased to be a real state that hurt real people and became something akin to the Native Americans in the early 20th century, cartoonish characters that exist in stories, not reality. I think we'll have to put up with that until it passes and we can take this history seriously again in common media. I would agree. I would agree that Nazis have been kind of reduced to just kind of boilerplate villains. But at the same time, part of me doesn't think that's necessarily the worst thing in the world, because they kind of want to be feared. Nazis wanted to be feared. Their descendants most certainly want to be feared. And just reducing them to the idiots that you gun down en masse because they're too stupid to know how to clear a corner is, in a way, reducing that big, intimidating image that they put up to, no, you guys are a bunch of dorks, and you lost the Second World War, and you're going to lose any future conflict that you try. You know, go to hell. But you have a point, though, that they've been reduced to the point that the horrors they've committed and the atrocities they've committed is sometimes easily forgotten, and that is a problem. But at the same time, I don't really expect media like Call of Duty to engage with the horrors brought around by Nazism. That seems something more fit for books or for movies or for video game genres other than shooters. And I think you can try to cover it. I mean, I sent you the video last night about the second Wolfenstein game, New Colossus, which did, I think, try to, as best as a big dumb shooter could, talk about Nazism and its ideology and what's flawed about it. But yeah, I don't really expect that from media like Call of Duty, where it's just all about just gunning down people in a very cathartic, murderous fashion. But you have a point, Quentin. I do agree. I was more referring to the silliness of the secret room and the swastikas. That's the stuff is fictional adventure, not historical roleplay. World 2 is removed from one to the other. Yes. Yeah, that is also fair. I mean, that's mainly Call of Duty cribbing from... Really, they were cribbing in that case, I would say, to the third Indiana Jones film, Last Crusade, which was, you know, silly hijinks in pre-war 1930s Germany, which had the castle and the secret communications room and blah 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 blah. That goes more to the identity crisis that the original Call of Duty had, and it's something that, as far as I can remember, does not show up again in 2. It never appears. You don't see this. You don't have this weird tonal back and forth. So George Strikes Again, yeah, more or less. I mean, the people who made this game, like I've said a few times at this point today, they were experimenting, they were making something new, and they pulled from media that already existed as much as possible to reduce the amount of workload they had on encounter design and environment design. They just said, okay, well, we've seen this movie, we've seen that movie, we can recreate that. That'll be a good spectacle to get us on the map. And I don't blame them for that, but it's not as good as Call of Duty could be, which is why I really look forward to us getting to 2, which I think is not only the best Call of Duty game, but I think is also the one that most... I don't want to say most accurately, but most straightforwardly portrays the war in as much scale as any Call of Duty game ever has. I will say, if I ever pick up Call of Duty 5 again and play it on stream, I have thoughts about that game as well, and I really like what it tried to do. But we're not playing Call of Duty 5 right now, nor are we playing 2. We're playing big dumb Call of Duty 1, complete with its stupid health system. Oh boy, the health system. Programmed by and for monkeys. Wow! Look at that. The melee collision is, tricky. We'll put it that way. It's tricky. And by tricky, I mean quite often really dumb.
All right. I can still walk.
Captain, where's Major Ingram?
They moved.
You know, maybe you have a point about regenerative health. Yeah, that's the thing about this kind of game. And I stand by it. For what this is, where you're not very strong, where you die very fast, and they tried to capture that idea of you're not a super soldier, you're just a dude, you're just a grunt. Having to need to grab health kits and having no real recourse, and if you turn a bad corner, you're just instantaneously dead. That's not a good system. That's not fun. It's very, very dumb. And again, you weren't here for this conversation, but imagine this, Quinn. Imagine this game, and then imagine 0 health kits. So there is no way to get health back. That's this game on Veteran. On Veteran, there is no health getting back. You just, if you lose health, you'll lose health. And I tried to beat this game on Veteran a couple of months ago, and I gave up once I reached the Russian campaign, because you're just playing with about this much health left, where if a fly lands on you a bit too fast, you die instantly. Regenerative health was the best thing that ever could have happened to the original Call of Duty game. Just grunt with 100,000 enemy kills under his belt. Yeah, I mean, it is also a big dumb shooter, but the idea was to make you feel vulnerable, and technically the game succeeds. And at the same time, it's also really dumb and bull and unfair. So, you know. Anyways. 18th September, 44, so like a month later, jeez. Outside of Strasshof, Austria. Strasshof. No, hey there, Strasshof. It seems the Germans moved Major Ingram of the British RAF before we could nab him from the chateau. Captain Price says he overheard the guards saying he had been moved to a camp near here. Price pinpointed the camp for us, but Captain Foley insisted that he stay behind during the actual rescue. Not like he had anything to do for a month. I mean, come on. Our plan is simple. We are busting right through the gate, grabbing the Major, and then hightailing it out of there. Foley says the only way we can pull this off is if we spend no more than 10 minutes in the camp, otherwise the Jerrys are going to have the whole entire area locked down looking for us. I think the last mission was a month ago. It was in August, right? And this is September. I suppose a game where you kill a total of 50 Germans would have been quite boring. I mean, a game where you kill maybe 1 or 2 and at a distance of like 200 meters would have been quite boring.
Okay, Martin, we're about ready to...
You're not even sure you killed him the entire war. It's just like, oh, I thought I hit him, but you never confirmed the body because, you know... And that's actually surprising things about war that you don't realize until you start looking at statistics, is that actually getting shot was relatively rare when it came to casualties. I mean, it happened, obviously, and it happened a lot, but I mean, compared to the deaths and injuries caused by shrapnel from artillery, one of the two was going to happen, and one of them was going to happen a lot more than the other. So, I mean, yeah, an accurate depiction of the Second World War would be mainly you just hoping to God that nothing hits you as artillery rains around you. And engaging people at ranges of 50 to 100 yards or more. Just, like, shooting at specks. And that's the nature of modern warfare. It's not very sexy. War is never sexy, but modern warfare is rather deliberately less so. I shouldn't have walked into my own grenade. I'm dumb. Pop your head out, you idiot. Never mind. Thank you, buddy. Osten Tor. East door. Alright. That's funny. That's not the east door. That's the north. Never mind. You know what? Whatever. Whoever did the voice work obviously wasn't sharing notes with the gameplay designers. It happened. We good here, guys? Yes? No? Alright. Ow. Sweet God, get whacked. That was a grenade. I don't think... Ancient Greek war can be pretty sexy. I mean... If you watch 300, I suppose it could be. Sure, knock yourself out. given that that movie's about as historically accurate as, I don't know, me trying to tell a story about history while completely plastered. Actually, you know what? I think that's an insult to me being plastered. I'm pretty sure I could tell a more historically accurate story while completely rat-faced than that movie could. By the way, this mission is dumb, and so was the last mission, but this is not as dumb as the original Call of Duty is going to get. And if we keep playing long enough, you're going to see exactly how dumb this game gets, and one of the reasons why I say that this game has a real identity crisis. Because there's worse. There is, oh man, there is so much worse. I'm not saying like there's Nazi zombies or crazy stuff like that, but I mean like, yeah, a game designed around you having teammates and being in these big shootouts, it does not translate well to trying to copy Wolfenstein. I don't know where that grenade lands, so we're gonna run. I think the most telling thing about this game, and one of the reasons why I'm willing to cut it so much slack, is because it really did set the tone for the superior sequel, and more importantly, it had a tagline that I desperately wish Call of Duty would re-adopt, and that is, it's on the jewel case. In fact, if you give me a moment, I can pull it up and show you. Actually, let me do that right now. This is an important point, I swear. Where is it? Hang on. Actually, it's right here on the CD. The official Call of Duty logo. I don't know if you guys can see it. Now, it's going to be backwards, I know, but that little text beneath the dagger, that's the motto of the franchise, or it was the motto of the franchise. No one fights alone. And I think that's actually, for a World War II shooter, a big dumb World War II shooter from the early thousands, that's a fairly poignant point. And something I desperately wish the franchise would remember someday. Is that no one fights alone. Anywho. We've got 7 minutes to rescue Major Ingram. So we better get our butts. I don't think I killed that guy in the watchtower. No, I got him. Fortunately, we're at the Enclave itself. God, my health is so bad. Rip that guy. Get dabbed on.
Yanks! There's a spot of luck.
Well, Major.
Lead on, lads. No time for handshakes and hellos.
We got plenty of time for handshakes and hellos. What are you talking about? Ah, my face. Might not have been a bad move having the entire series rely on AI working correctly. Both for and against you is a little risky. I disagree. I think thematic, well, it's more of a challenge to make. I don't think it's actually that hard to make AI move in a manner that is interesting and fun and dangerous and realistic-ish. And again, I know I keep saying, you'll get it when we get to Call of Duty 2, but you'll get it when we get to Call of Duty 2. I promise. Because that game has some fantastic set-piece battles that show off the game at its absolute best, and it's just... Someday. Someday, I promise. But after we beat Call of Duty 1 and its expansion pack, we're going to move into Ace Combat 5 for our variety game. This weekend, I just kind of wanted a break from my usual stream schedule, so that's why we're playing this rather than IL-2. But next week, we'll be back to normal. That was Mistake, trying to beat down a guy with a fully loaded machine gun, but, you know, whatever. Alright, just gotta yeet ourselves out of here. Got 5.5 minutes, we're doing okay. Catch, idiots! Private, you really gotta watch those grenades, man. I'm so lucky he didn't try to focus me down. Alright, set here. On we go. Hear me out. Halo Wars on Legendary. I don't own Halo Wars on PC, and I don't want to try to figure out how to get my Xbox 360 to A, work, and B, hook up to OBS. But, I mean, if I ever buy it, I'd be willing to play it on stream, but maybe not right now. Honestly, I've got a backlog of games that I want to play on stream at one point or another, just because I usually lack the dedication to play them all the way through on my own. Dark Souls, for instance. I really want to play Dark Souls on stream because it will finally give me the kick in the pants to do it, to finish it. So, we'll get to that. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, if I get Halo Wars, and if I've got an open slot, I'll gladly play it. I like that game. That game was fun, and I'm sure on a computer it'll be even more fun than it was on Xbox. Anyways, we finished the American portion of the first act of the campaign. It's kind of weird. We come back to the Americans much later. On to the British.
Gentlemen, thus far you've been training hard at
Dark
Exeter
Souls,
for a
but you never
special
wear
purpose.
pants. I make no
This
promises.
special purpose,
I mean,
obviously,
as far as
has
you know, I'm
something
not
to
wearing
do with
pants right
capturing
now.
of bridges. What I'm about to explain is top secret material. If any of you blokes mention the word bridge outside of this room and I hear of it, and I will, it'll be RTU'd on the spot. The invasion of Europe will take place across 5 main beaches along the Normandy coast of France. Elements of the British Second Army will strike at Gold and Sword beaches, along with the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division at Juno. To the west, the Yanks will take Utah and Omaha Beach. Now,
Omaha.
the entire eastern flank of the invasion will be
It's
exposed
aggressively
to German
British.
counterattack from the Calais region. Should the Germans break through, they could very well have tanks rolling through Sword Beach and all the way down to Utah, wiping out the entire beachhead.
Also, for
Our
the record,
task,
one of the
along
funny
with the
things about
rest
Call
of
of
the
Duty 2, and
6th
we'll talk about it
Airborne
when we get
Division,
there
is to
eventually,
secure that flank
is
at
that
all
Call of Duty
costs
2 soft
by capturing and building
retcons
key
part
bridges
of
along the
Call of Duty
axis of
1
the
set
front.
canon?
D Company's objective is this
Captain
bridge
Price
over the
is
Caen
in
Canal.
Call of Duty 2.
Under
And it's
cover of
supposed to be the same
darkness,
Captain Price, but as far as I
gliders
remember,
will put us
he's
down
not
in the
part of an
field next
airborne
to the
unit.
bridge.
He's part of a
From there,
he's
we
a
rush
he's
the
a
buildings
he's a
and
boot.
prevent the
He's a
Germans from
ground
blowing the
pounder.
bridge. At
It's
least
weird.
one
It's
Bren
really
gun will
weird.
provide a base of fire while we flank it from both sides.
Okay, so they want the Bren gun there up
Once
the road.
we
Okay.
capture the bridge, we hold it until relieved, which could take several hours. During that time, we may find ourselves using the Germans' own weapons against them. So I suggest you familiarize yourselves with the captured ones we have on base. Good luck and Godspeed.
All right.
Dismissed.
Pegasus Bridge. This was a real thing that happened in history. It's actually quite cool. And this is actually one of the few bits in the game that, as far as I know, is not based off of any pre-existing media. It's not based off of Band of Brothers, obviously, or Enemy at the Gates, also, obviously. I guess it might be... They might have pulled this from an old movie, The Longest Day, from the 60s. Wait, you mean that Captain Price is here from the same as Modern Warfare? You must have missed me talking about that. No, it is canonically his dad, or his grandfather. But yes, same Price lineage. The Captain Price in 4 is a nod. Anyways, to 2nd Oxford... Oxford Bucks? I don't know what Bucks must be for, I'm afraid. English abbreviations are strange for their military. 6th Airborne Division. Intention 1. Objective. Your task is to seize intact the bridge over the canal at Benoville 098748 and hold it until relieved by 7 Para Battalion, most likely several hours. Information 2. Enemy. A. Static defenses in the area of operations. Garrison at the bridge of Benoville 098748 consists of about 50 men. armed with at least 4 to 6 light machine guns, MG42, and possibly assorted anti-tank weapons. B. State of alertness. The large-scale preparations necessary for the invasion of the continent and the suitability of the moon and tide will combine to produce a high state of alertness in the German defense, particularly in the vicinity of the bridges. Charges will have been laid in demolition chambers. Method 3. Outline. A. Insertion via Horsa glider. The capture of the bridge will be a coup de main op, depending largely on surprise, speed, and dash for success. B. Your difficulties will arrive in holding off an enemy counterattack on the bridge until you are relieved. Alright, so let's do this. Banneville, France, 6th June 44, 0007 hours. Horsa gliders are pretty neat, if you've ever been inside one. They're very small. They're very cool. All made of wood.
I can't see the Bois de Bavon. Oh, for God's sake, Jack. It's the biggest forest in
My
the
brother and I
world.
love this guy, how he just kind of like swing his head around real dramatically.
It's not there. Well, perhaps they moved it. By my calculations, we're
Yeah,
on course.
yeah, this guy, my brother and I always love this guy because he has just really dramatic head pans back and forth at you.
3, 2, 1, and bingo. 2 degrees starboard onto course.
All right, everyone.
Alright, here we go. Gliders are, of course, horrifically dangerous, but what can be done? Not like you want to parachute into Normandy like a maniac. Bonk.
Bloody hard landing, eh? Is everyone all right? Mills?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just great.
Button up. Let's go. Let's go. Move, move. Come on.
Sergeant Evans, glad you're still with us. We're in luck. The Germans haven't responded to our stellar landing. Find a good spot to suppress their bunker. We'll advance behind your base of fire.
I feel like bouncing up and down a steel coffin would be bad for you. Good thing it's a wooden coffin. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up. Get that position on the left and position on the right.
Sergeant Evans, suppress that bunker! Keep their heads down!
Flying coffins of any material should not be bouncing. There's not much you can really do when you're landing. But, yeah, glider landings were not great during the Second World War. A lot of casualties. Which is, you know, to be expected. You're effectively just trying to smash into the ground at a safe speed. No landing gear. And just hoping that everybody survives. And many didn't. But the historical glider landing at Pegasus Bridge. In fact, this whole operation, there were actually 2 bridges, but Pegasus Bridge is the famous one. And both of them went off pretty much without a hitch. It was a remarkably efficient operation. Anyways, let's go ahead and... Got that guy. And that is the dreaded sound of a tank. Oh, I've got a story about this. Took that one with my teeth. Hello, Captain.
Sergeant, go back across. Get to their flak gun and turn it on their tank. Take it with you. Get him to free up the bloody thing.
A lot of dolphin diving to be done here. Serpentine. There's no med kits left. Anyways, fun historical fact. There was a flak gun at Pegasus Bridge, and the British did try to use it. But, results were less than optimal. The one shot, as far as I know, I think it only fired one shot, that it actually managed to get off during the battle, actually, and I'm not kidding here, hit an orphanage and blew off the roof. This was, of course, blamed on the Germans. But yes, the one time that the British tried to steal an anti-tank gun at Pegasus Bridge, they just ended up blowing up an orphanage. Thankfully, the orphanage was abandoned. Nobody died. But it's one of those funny little historical anecdotes, and the fact that they managed to pin it on the Germans as being those dastardly Jowry, they blew up an orphanage, they have no respect for humanity, is funny. It's a very British thing. Not to say that the Germans wouldn't be above blowing up orphanages, but, you know. Yes, it is hilarious. It's one of my favorite little anecdotes of the Second World War. The time the British blew up an orphanage. Ah, well. That's the fun thing about history and why I like it so much. You can't make it up. I mean, you can, sure, but why? History, untouched, is so bizarre and funny and strange. It's just, why even bother? You have the best stories. I swear he's saying Die Reich and Die Kaiser, which is, first of all, Reich isn't a word. He's trying to say Reich. And second of all, the Kaiser, it's Kaiser, not Kaiser. And to follow, there is no Kaiser. This is the Second World War. It's like teenagers trying and failing to pull a prank. Yeah, it was a Normandy-sized prank, but, you know, gotcha, Germans. Anyways, Sergeant Evans has edited his briefing. We redeployed the sandbag positions in MG-42s. Had to bin most of the MGs. The barrels were too badly worn from overheating. He's crossed out most likely 7 hours to say 7 para taking longer than expected, still holding out. 1 battalion of 736th Grenadier Regiment in the area, maybe 8 to 12 tanks. Several platoons expected to the west, no signs of them yet, and he crossed out mobile, probably rather annoyed by that. I would say they're bloody well alerted by now. That's great. I mean, when you think about all of D-Day was a massive prank on the Germans. Oh yeah, I can't argue with that. That's technically correct. Captain Price noticed a strange thing this morning. They had the bridge wired, but no explosives were in the holders. Found them securely stashed by the pillbox. That is true. That happened. Light reinforcements come from Ranville at 0800. Anyways, back to Manoville. It's 12:30.
We salvaged the area. Apart from some medical supplies, all we found were a couple of rifles and several Panzerfausts, which are woefully inaccurate.
Thank God we still have that flak gun. We can use it to hold the bridge until our relief shows up.
I'll go ahead and preemptively move the, nope, never mind. That's not mortars, that's heavy artillery. Those are long guns. Fun thing about the Bren, the weapon I'm using right now. It's a Czech design. The British just borrowed the design. I mean, the Czechs were kind of gone, so it's not like anybody can complain. And it did kill a lot of Nazis, so, you know, I'd say that gets a clean bill of health when it comes to the really, really good gun contest. For the record, this mission is actually quite difficult. I got stuck on it for a while, even when I was testing it, testing the game. And by testing, I mean I played the game just for the fun of it for a while. By borrowed, you mean how they borrowed material from the war? They borrowed India for a while. You know, I don't know what level of appropriation they were on, but the design was Czech and they took it. I don't think it was quite forcibly occupy a country and then starve it out during the war level of occupation, but hey, you know, whatever. I need a medkit kind of badly. I got hit pretty bad. Have to try to sneak back to that cache. Take a Mills bomb. Alright, our health is alright now. Just gotta keep digging in and wait for the fallback order, which will be a bit. They make you hold this line for a while, actually. Ow. What the? I just got healed, idiot. Stop shooting me. So rude. Love isn't always on time. I mean, I'm sure there's an L company coming to our rescue at some point, so, I mean, technically. Ah! Again, one of those times where you really wish you had regenerative health.
Bloody hell! What's the right flank?
Hold this position, men! Fall back to the bridge on my command!
Some of the defenders got a bit knocked out by the bombing. Englander, kindly stop. Yeah, that's one of the things about this game as well, is that if you get shot, your gun jerks up straight up. I mean, okay, yeah, fair, you've been shot, but from a not dying perspective, it really makes it difficult to avoid surviving being shot, because then you cannot. You just have to hope that you can get behind something solid. Otherwise, you're dead. Or they stop their shooting, and they give you a second to breathe. Those guys. One of them has a Sturmgewehr. A lot of guys with these Sturmgewehrs, man. What are we dealing with? Waffen SS? Ow. God, come on. I tried to hit crouch and it didn't work. Like I said, this mission is rough. There's just too many of them really to effectively handle.
What's the right flank?
Hold this position there! Fall back to the bridge on my command!
Yeah, no checkpoints either. The next checkpoint is when he gives that fallback command, which takes a while. Like I said, this game is not perfect. I appreciate a lot of what it tried to do, but mechanically speaking, it is a product of its time, and as it turns out, shooters of this time were, in general, not wonderful to play. I understand I'm playing on a... No, there's checkpoints, they're just... I just don't get a checkpoint until Captain Price says go home. Which, I don't know how long that's going to take. Yeah, okay, Steven has a point, he was talking to me. Okay, so... When we played this game as children, after a while the game started to act funny with newer operating systems. So what we had was... Occasionally the game would just bug out and characters would go into the T modeling pose. And if this happened to characters that were supposed to give you a checkpoint, like give you orders, no orders would ever be given. It would completely break its it would completely break the scripting of the mission. So if Captain Price ever went, that was it. You're gonna have to load a checkpoint because it's bugged. You couldn't fix it. It was just completely hosed. So yes, that would lead to scenarios where you'd be doing this defense forever, literally forever. There is no. It was an interesting time. Also, do you remember how last night in Discord I said that this game trained me for, God damn it. This game trained me for Dead Space? If enemies... Alright, I'll pause it for a second and talk about this. If enemies went like this, there's two things that could have caused it. Enemies could go into T-pose in there. It was either because they had died and the game had bugged and just put them in the T-pose, or they had bugged and just put themselves in the T-pose. But here's the thing. They didn't stay in the T-pose. If you walked past them, they would scream and try to hit you. So in other words, if you were to go into a room that you don't remember being in, and you saw 2 or 3 Germans just... One of two things would happen. Either you'd come through that room and killed everyone, or they are lying in wait. And sometimes shooting them didn't kill them. So what I'm trying to say is that... What I'm trying to say is because... Yes. What I'm trying to say is because Call of Duty was a buggy game in like 2005 or 2006, long after it had come out, Call of Duty became a horror game. It became probably the scariest horror game I have ever played. Because at any moment, you could turn your back, and then something would hit you in the back of the head while screaming. It was the old Kraut tactic of hiding in plain sight. I know, right?
Bloody hell! What's the right flank?
But yes, that game prepared me rather accurately for Dead Space. No wonder Stalingrad was hell. Yeah. For the record, I never beat Call of Duty 2's expansion pack, or Call of Duty 1's expansion pack, because the first mission has you run away from a bunch of Germans and you get on a jeep and man the gun. But the driver and co-driver, they do this, and then they get in the vehicle. Which means that they don't ever drive. Actually, I think they did it while in the vehicle, too. Yeah. So they just stand up in T-pose, and the mission would never proceed, and you'd be stuck the first 15 minutes. Nothing but T-posing Germans and squatting Russians. Yes, it was a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, it only worked once, and we managed to get... Our childhood was strange, is what I'm trying to get at. Jeez, man, they have such unfailing accuracy while running. It's just... I don't really know if there's a specific thing you're supposed to do. Yeah, I am. This mission had me stuck, dead stuck for a while. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to take to get through this mission. I don't remember how I got past it the first time. It's just... defense missions in Call of Duty 1 are just so much harder than going on the attack, because at least on the attack you have some control over where they come from. But in defense, it's just, they just show up, and they show up in infinite numbers. Just gotta hold the line until Captain Price says go home. Whatever that'll be. Hoping soon, but no promise. Oh, there's a save. Alright, we must be getting a little bit close. The game took pity on us. He's out there and he's prone, I can see him. Oh, looks like he stood up. Good God, it's just... It's like, what help is your allies at this point, too? Grenade! Sounded like to hear. Good God. I wish more FPS had ally health readings. I agree. That requires having allies that can die. And a lot of games just don't have that. I think by giving the AIs names really is what sets the old Call of Duties apart for me. They're not faceless characters, they're people with names who die in horrific number. Oh, thank God, Captain. I mean, how I'm gonna get here? Oh, you showed up. Yeah, I'd love to, Captain. I'm a bit pinned over here. Not like I can suppress people like it's a Battlefield game. Hopefully that keeps their attention. Go, go. When you're done, if you wouldn't mind shutting the door on the way out, yeah. boy, this part of the game. Forget about it. I got to go. This is the part of the show where I start using the flak gun a lot, and things get saves coming. Also, they start coming from this side of the bridge, which is just a party and a half. So, you know, there's that to look forward to. Like I said, defending Call of Duty is just... why? You know? The plus side, I'm pretty good at shooting these tanks at this point. Where is he? Ah, he's somewhere off that way. Oof, dome that guy. Get boopied on, kiddo. Alright, he's actually dead. I gotta get on this flak gun. Which way is the tank coming? Left to right, left to right. I think it's coming this way. Put a flak round that way to kill some Germans. Oh wait, no, it might be coming... There it is. Alright. That Tiger is dead. How an 88mm is penetrating the frontal armor of a Tiger is beyond me, but whatever. These things happen, I guess. I need health really badly. Ah! Yeah, getting cross-mapped by Germans is not fun. Be the longest 5 minutes of our lives.
Enemy tank on the southeast road.
And the inconsistency with Call of Duty's checkpoint system means that, I mean, you could get a checkpoint by killing just one of these tanks, or you could get a checkpoint after going through 4 of them. You never know. Sweet God. What? Germans tend to be a stubborn lot, yeah. Yes, I know, Captain. Shut up. Alright, that's dealt with. God. Health, but I don't need a lot of health. I didn't need a lot of health, and then this guy shot me. Jeez. Another German tank on the road. Swivel the 88 around. Just wait for it to show up, I guess. There's not much we can really do. There it is. Yay, checkpoint. Alright. God. Deserve that. Alright, I gotta get back on the gun. There's a tank across the river. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Swivel the gun, swivel the gun, swivel the gun. Why did it go the long way? Got that guy. Another tank. None of the accuracy they have is just... It's just ridiculous is what it is. Yeah, but which way, Captain? Which way? Left or right? Might as well put a shell. Is any Germans over that way? That guy is very dead. There he is, I see him. Come on, reload, reload. Tank's destroyed, alright. 2 minutes, just gotta hold out and not die. Easier said than done, of course. Because Call of Duty. Oh my. From here. Come on, come on, swivel, swivel, swivel. Let's turn the gun. Never mind, never mind, never mind. If I can get back to that blockhouse with the 42, I can get some health. Oh god. Alright, that's good enough. Give me a sec, give me a sec. Another checkpoint, good. Alright, just a couple more minutes. Well, I'm lucky. Oh my god. I think they noticed you, yeah. There's just no safe haven. There's nowhere to hide, really, where you're safe from being shot by somebody. Another tank behind us. That nerd over there. I'll plug a 88 shell into him. There he is, come on, poke your head out. Got him. Okay, heroic music's playing, but it doesn't matter if you don't survive the next couple of seconds. hope that nobody clocks me while I'm on the gun. Oh no, that's bad. Reload, reload, reload. It's turning its gun towards me, I can see it. Gotta make these weird swan dive maneuvers to avoid dying. Mother! You must be joking. You deserve that, bloody Fritz. Just keep our heads down. Alright, the end has come. We just need to avoid dying. You've got to be... God. From here, another 2 minutes to go. Maybe we'll get a checkpoint this time. Who knows? Digging a hole and staying there. There is no hole deep enough to save me from this hell. On the plus side, we're making better time than my first time through this mission, so there is that. You know, small miracles and all that. Really? They have just impeccable hipfire accuracy. I'd say it's impressive, but it's cheating. I get that I'm playing on the second hardest difficulty of the game. I get that. But there's a difference between difficulty and just being just outright bold. Imagine doing this on Veteran, where there is no health packs and there's no way to regain lost health. This mission sucks. It's a cool idea, but it just is so... I guess I could hide in here, for what little cover that is. The answer is almost no cover, jeez. That was a grenade, I don't even know where it landed, I pretend. Alright, that tank's behind me. Jeez, and dead. Gah. They seem to have a lower chance of hitting you when you're prone, but only by just. And I can't tell if that's actually like a gameplay mechanic or if it's just, you know, me being very lucky. Kind of sick of being shot from the side of the river there, so I'm gonna do something about that. I have more than enough health to not require getting that. Yes, 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 I know, Captain. 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 First of all... Oh my god, you're serious? Really? Yeah, you deserve that. Anyways, you... Good. Ow, my face! Heroic music's playing, we're nearly through. Maybe we'll even get a checkpoint, who knows. Nope. We'll just get shot while turning the gun around. Seriously, whoever designed this mission was a sadist. From behind. Really? It's a third of your health gone. Yep, taking a shot from a rifle is, yeah, and dead. Yeah, it's just... You see why regenerative health was so good when it came to Call of Duty 2? I'm not saying this engagement would be trivial in Call of Duty 2, because it wouldn't. This is a lot of guys to deal with, but not having to worry about just, you know, instantaneous death because you couldn't get to a health pack after getting, you know, 360 McNo-scope from halfway across the frickin' campaign map. Hey, you can kind of see why they did it. Legends speak of an ending to this mission, and to even more annoying missions to come. I think the British campaign is arguably the weakest because of the situation it put you in. Mother... Honestly, as long as it takes to regenerate HP, I'm not sure it would help you here. Yeah, well... maybe. At least I'd feel like I have a little bit more control over why I die. I really should have just played this on normal. Tank, turn the gun, quickly. Ah! Let's cross the river. Yeah, probably. But if I keep getting, you know, injured while trying to turn the stupid thing around, what can I... And it's so inconsistent. Sometimes they'll be you know, deadly accurate while turning the gun around, and other times they're just like, oh, I can't hit anything. It's another tank. If I can get, like, the core of the gun in the way, bullets really stop being a concern. That tank's gone. Maybe I should just stick in the tank, or the gun, honestly. It seems like it's more protected. Maybe that was the intent of the mission, who knows? The amount of shots I'm taking, I'm thinking no. I need health. I really badly need health. Bunny hop. Oh, jeez, that was rough. One minute. It might just be safer just to abandon the gun and just stay in here and use Panzerfausts. Just keep our heads down and wait for them to go away. What else can we do? Still no checkpoints, we just have to hope we survive the next couple of seconds. Probably shouldn't expose myself to too much fire then, to aid that. Yeah, I think that was the hard lesson I needed to learn to not be a hero. That's a Sten, that's a friend. We're good, we're good, we're good. Alright, we're nearly done. I just want to... We're pretty close to the end of the British campaign, so I don't want to stop here, though. This has been such a low point, I don't want to stop here. But maybe I should quit. I mean, we've got a whole weekend to play this. Maybe I should stop here. You know what? Okay. Here's what we'll do. We'll stop after this mission is over. I'll have to make sure that we don't end up completely hosing ourselves. So I'll make a save here. Whoa, jeez. Really?
That's the last of them. Excellent work.
We're going to save here. And we'll stop, because I think if you go to the main menu while it's loading between missions, it actually kicks you back to the last checkpoint of the mission you were previously on. So tomorrow at, I think around 8 p.m., we'll pick up where we left off. We'll hopefully finish the rest of the first act of the British campaign and start on the Russians. I think we're about a good hour or so away from that, so I think we're making really great time. Yeah, it would suck. Anyways, so it's been fun, frustrating in many instances, and honestly quite enjoyable in others. It's an old game and has these ups and downs. I want to say thank you to our two new followers, Ring Auxlol and Kitty Litar, or Litter? I don't know. Neither of them I think are in stream right now, but I do appreciate them following. We're slowly climbing up towards 50. We're at 22. Someday I'll maybe get a paycheck out of this. That'd be nice. Anywho, I've been Wanderer. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow.